Good morning, Eagles. Happy Friday. Do your Friday dance. Do your Friday dance. It is time for us to start another amazing Olin Day. Every day we take a moment to honor our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, I'd like you to please stand and face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Eagles, today I'd like to talk to you about responsibility. Making mistakes is a very natural part of being a human being. We all do it. It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter if you are an older person or a younger person. It doesn't matter what you look like. Making mistakes is one of the things that we all have in common because we all make mistakes. But when you make a mistake, don't look back at it for too long. Take the reason of the thing into your mind and then look forward. Mistakes are lessons of wisdom. So try to think about it like this. The fact that you realize that you have made a mistake means you've already learned something. You've learned what not to do in the future. That's a good thing. So today, let's take responsibility for our mistakes. And remember, if a mistake can help us be a great teacher, let's learn from those mistakes. But we have to take responsibility and recognize those mistakes first. Today's featured lunch item is a Galaxy cheese pizza with a bag of carrots, some corn, a kiwi, and your choice of milk. Yummy. Thank you, food services staff, for providing the children in Brea with delicious and nutritious meals. Today's animal facts are about the platypus. All right, I've got a couple of different pictures of the platypus. This is what the front of a platypus looks like. Notice its webbed feet. Notice its bill, its fur and body. There's another picture of a platypus so you can see their tail. Again, look at those feet. Look at its face. Look at that tail. The reason I wanted you to see those parts is because the platypus is kind of like a hodgepodge of a bunch of animals put together, and I think that's what makes them so interesting. So let's talk about the platypus. They live in Australia, and they can grow to about 2 feet in length. That might be a little bit bigger than they get, maybe 20 inches or so, and that's from their head all the way to the end of their tail. So they're not that big. They don't weigh very much. I don't think they can weigh more than like 3 or 4 pounds at the most. What I mean by they're a hodgepodge of a lot of different animals. That tail is like a beaver's tail. Their body and their fur is like an otter. It is thick, just like an otter. And then their feet are webbed like a duck, and I think you saw the bill of their mouth is also like a duck. They even have venom. So like male platypuses have stingers on their back feet. So they even can sting you. See what I mean? They're a hodgepodge of so many different animals. But I think they're interesting. So how do they eat? They eat underwater where they are very good swimmers. They can use their front webbed feet to swim, and then they can use their tail and their back feet to kind of steer their way along. So when you see a platypus swimming, they kind of swim super gracefully and they look kind of cool. They go pretty much along the bottom of the water to pick up insects and worms and stuff like that, but they don't eat underwater. They'll just grab them in their bill and they store them in their cheeks, and then they come out of the water to kind of mash that food up. They don't have teeth, so they can't like chew. They have to come out of the water and go wah, 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 to mash the food up, and then they can swallow it. So I think that's interesting. Now, the other thing that's cool about a platypus, other than being a hodgepodge of all other animals, is they are one of 2 mammal species who lay eggs. And the other mammal that lays eggs is called the echidna, And platypuses are very famous for laying eggs. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of a baby platypus because they are adorable. A platypus baby is incredibly helpless for the first 4 or 5 months of its life. And it absolutely relies on its mother because it's so small. Look how small and helpless this thing is, and adorable, frankly. I can't even. So cute. So when they're born out of the egg, they're about the size of a lima bean. And so for the first 4 months, they have to really be taken care of by their mothers before they are ready to go out there and swim on their own. So that's enough about platypuses. It is time for me to go, and it's time for you to learn. Let's soar, Olinda, and make it a great day. Have a great weekend. Fly by, eagles.